right, so how to balance your chakras with some easy healing practices. Super excited to get into this with you. This is like one of my favorite topics to talk about. I love everything with the chakras and how you can have more radiant health through actually healing and opening up your chakras. So first of all, then you might be wondering, okay, so why do I need to balance my chakras? So why is that important? And first of all, so just briefly, so your chakras, so traditionally there are 7 chakras. So you can think of them as energy centers located along your spine, starting at your root and then going up to the crown of your head. So simply put, they are wheels of energy in your body, and when all of them are open and balanced, then energy is flowing through you with ease, so you also feel more harmonious and balanced as well. So basically it has everything to do with your health and well-being, and the more internal energy you have flowing and going on inside of your body, the more power your body has to actually heal itself and protect you from diseases and other naughty things. So that's why it's so important to have open and balanced chakras, so you can actually do that. And it also helps you to raise your vibration and frequency so that you can connect with your highest self and actually live a life that is true to you, and hearing and being able to listen to your intuition more, and just doing things that are more aligned for you. So when a chakra is out of balance or when it's closed, that usually means that there is an emotion related to that specific chakra that hasn't been expressed, or just that you're living out of alignment with who you truly are. And this will all make more sense when we actually go through the different chakras. So if we start with the root chakra, at the base of your spine, and the root chakra is represented by the color red, and the root chakra is all about grounding, feeling connected to yourself, being able to listen to your own desires and needs. So when the root chakra is out of balance, that can typically happen when some examples would be people pleasing, so not listening to your own needs and desires and doing too much of that, or you're very stressed, you're overworked, and you're just out of alignment with what you actually need. So if your root chakra is out of balance, you typically feel exhausted, you might feel even anxious or angry or just annoyed. You can even feel lower back pain when your root chakra is out of balance. So these are some typical signs that this one is out of balance. So luckily there are some super easy healing practices to open and balance your root chakra. So as I mentioned, so the root chakra is represented by the color red. So one of the things that you can do is to eat more red food. So that could be strawberries, tomatoes, red bell peppers, raspberries, anything with the color red to boost that. Another practice is to just do a meditation or a breathing exercise that feels very grounding to you. So it could be to, for example, just sit and actually visualize yourself sitting in nature. Or you can go out in nature if you have access to that. Something that I really love doing is to actually go out in the forest. It's one of the most healing things that I know, just going out and just being in that quietness. I just feel it right away in my body. It's like I'm, if I've had a lot of stuff going on during the day or whatever it might be, and I go out there, it's like a reset. But if you don't have access to that, or it's not close by, then you can definitely do a meditation where you visualize yourself actually sitting in nature and just doing some breathing, some deep breathing. All right. And before we move on to the next chakra, let me know in the comments if you think or feel that your root chakra might be out of balance. All right, the next one is your sacral chakra, which is your emotional and sexual energy center, and it's represented by the color orange, and it's located around your lower abdomen. And this chakra is all about being playful, feeling sensual, being intimate. It's being able to or feel that you are free to express yourself emotionally. It's about feeling confident. So when the sacral chakra is out of balance, that could be that you're just feeling that life feels very serious, or that you're taking things very serious. It could also be that you're feeling insecure about being intimate. So I would really say it's a lot about just not feeling like life is that fun and not feeling playful, but the things are very serious. All right, so let's talk about some good healing practices for this one. First of all, when it comes to food, so again, sacral chakra is represented by the color orange, so this could be to boost foods that are orange, so carrots, sweet potatoes, turmeric, just a really warm orange color. And it could also be things like, because the sacral chakra again is all about being playful, it's about finding things that, you know, feel very fun and playful and almost childlike. For me, something that I really love doing is just putting on my favorite music and either do cooking, which I really love, or I could just have like a solo dance party at my house, or it could be just having a good time being super silly with my friends or my partner. So this is just all about just being playful and doing things where you don't feel like things are so serious. Another thing that can be really powerful here is to use affirmations, and I always say that, you know, find one that resonates with you and it feels good to you. But an example here could be I feel free to express myself emotionally. So that could be a good affirmation to use here. And again, before we move on to the next one, let me know in the comments if you think that your sacral chakra might be out of balance. Okay, let's talk about the next one, which is your solar plexus chakra. So this one is located kind of right below the belly button. And your solar plexus is really all about your inner power and wisdom. So when this one is out of balance, that's typically because you've given away too much of your power to external things or people. So a lot of times people pleasing, for example, is also a really big one here. So where we feel like we don't stand in our own power, or we're just doing things that are not aligned with our core beliefs. So what typically happens then when this chakra is out of balance, because it is located in the gut area, it's very common to develop different gut issues. So IBS is a really big one here, but also bloating and constipation and diarrhea and so on, which are also symptoms for IBS. But these gut issues tend to come up when the solar plexus is out of balance. And in terms of healing practices, so because your solar plexus is represented by the color yellow, a great thing is to boost with foods that are yellow. So it could be mango, pineapple, lemon, banana, but because this is all about gut health, plant-based foods in general are great because they have a lot of fiber, and your gut really loves fiber. But especially to boost when it comes to the solar plexus, focusing a bit extra on foods that are yellow is great. And because the solar plexus is all about your inner power and wisdom, doing things that makes you feel empowered. So for me, for example, doing a more high intensity yoga vinyasa practice is for me a really good way to come back to my inner power and wisdom. So experiment and find something for you, but usually, you know, something with a little bit of high intensity or something that just feels powerful could be good, but it could also be something like an affirmation. And that could be, again, choose something that resonates with you. But it could be something like, I stand in my own power and my own high self-worth. All right, and just drop a comment below if you do feel that or think that your solar plexus chakra might be out of balance, and if so, if you have especially when it comes to gut issues, if you have experienced any specific issues. All right, so let's move on to your heart chakra. I personally love this one, mainly because I think that when we're in a state of love and compassion, everything else just flows so much more easily. So heart chakra, located in and around your heart space, represented by the color green, and yeah, it's all about love and compassion for yourself, but also for others. And the emotion that can really put the heart chakra out of balance is fear. And I'm not talking about the kind of fear that you have when you are in a dangerous situation. I'm talking about fear like fear of failure, fear of being judged, fear of not making it financially, whatever it might be. So fear that comes from things that are usually just thoughts. It's not reality, but just it comes from your thoughts. Okay, so in terms of healing practices, so heart chakra represented by the color green. So any green foods like avocado, leafy greens, or yeah, any kind of green food that you can find is an amazing way to boost or to open your and balance your heart chakra. In terms of healing practices, so since the heart chakra is all about love and compassion, but when it comes to love, you need to start with yourself so that you can actually give love to others. So self-care is a really great practice here, and there's no magic formula, there are no magic routines. You need to find things that is self-care to you. If that's taking a week off to do something, to rest or go somewhere, if that feels like self-care, or if it's having a mini spa day at home, or if it's being able to take a walk every single day, if that's self-care to you, find things that feel good to you. Yeah, just focusing on that. And same here, it can also be affirmations. So things like, you know, saying, I love myself fully and unconditionally is a great one. And if you can, then the best way to do this is to say the affirmation while looking at yourself in the mirror. All right, and share with me in the comments if you feel like your heart chakra might be out of balance and what you experience in that case. All right, so moving on to the throat chakra. Throat chakra is based at the base of your throat, and it's represented by the color blue. And your throat chakra is all about speaking your own truth. And then you might be like, wait, so what is my truth actually? And this one actually takes a little bit of work, because we also need to remember that we are very programmed since we're very young as kids, and we get very conditioned by society, by family, by friends, by media. So we take on a lot of layers around our core truth. So when we're born, we are our most complete, true, authentic selves, and as the years go by, we tend to gather on these different layers, and then our own truth or authentic self gets clouded by that. But it's possible to get rid of those layers, but it just takes, of course, some work to actually do that. So you can kind of see it as, you know, you need to peel off all of these layers that you have gathered so you can actually come back to your core, to your true authentic self, so that you can hear your own voice in all situations in life. So if your throat chakra is out of balance, you might experience tightness or even soreness in your throat. It can also have an impact on your thyroid as well. And also, by not speaking your truth, you can also tend to build up emotions, or emotions that are not being expressed, that actually get stuck in your body. So you can experience tightness or even pain in your body as well. And in terms of practices and food, since your throat chakra is represented by the color blue, things like blueberries or blue spirulina can be great, but even things like mint, that's very soothing for your throat. And in terms of other practices, you can go really, really deep with this work through hypnosis, but also meditation. But something else you can do is to, for example, singing. Just practice using your voice, and just practice using your voice at home, you know, when you're alone, for example, and just speaking out loud things that you're thinking about, things that you feel, and things that you want to do, things that you dream about, and just practice saying that out loud and using your own voice. All right, and let me know below if you think or feel that your throat chakra might be out of balance. All right, so moving on to the next one, which is your third eye chakra, which is located just between your eyebrows. This is all about your intuition and being able to connect to your highest self. So how do you know if this one is out of balance? So one of the things is if you're feeling, you know, that you're having a challenging time actually connecting with yourself and your intuition, and you might also feel confused about what you're actually here for, and that, you know, you're feeling somewhere that you are actually meant for more. All right, and some fabulous practices to balance your third eye chakra and actually connect with your intuition. So in terms of food, so because your third eye chakra is represented by the color indigo, so things like eggplant and blueberries are amazing to add a bit extra of into your diet. And in terms of healing practices, so if we're focusing on when it comes to your intuition, just finding silence and stillness, that is the best way that you can actually find a moment to listen to your intuition and feel what it actually feels like. It's a very subtle feeling. It's not yelling in any way. Your ego is the voice that is yelling, or there's very overpowering. Your intuition is more like a subtle whisper, when you kind of feel like, oh, I think, oh, that feels like something that I want to do, and that feels good. It feels very neutral in your body. And just remember that you will always know what is best for you. Trust in that. Trust in your own inner voice. And I would really love to hear if you are feeling like you don't really know what your intuition is, or what it's supposed to feel like, or how to work with it. Let me know in the comments in that case. All right, so let's talk about the final one, which is your crown chakra, which is located at the crown of your head. And this one is represented by the color purple or violet. And your crown chakra is all about connecting with the higher consciousness, or the universe. So what this one represents is everything around abundance, trust, and surrender. So two of the things that can block this chakra is limiting beliefs and a lack mentality. And that's because these two actually put you in a lower vibrational state, and instead of in a high vibrational state and frequency, so you can connect with the universe. So when it comes to food, so all plant-based foods are vibrational. So I would say for this one, it's more about just focusing on eating the rainbow and just eating as many different colors as you possibly can. Another thing to have a clear channel is to hydrate. So drink a lot of water as well. Another favorite of mine is mucuna, which is an adaptogen, because when you connect with the higher consciousness and when you are in a higher vibrational state, you're kind of in a bliss state. And mucuna has an amino acid that transforms into dopamine in the body that creates feelings of bliss and joy. So that can be something that you just mix in with a smoothie, in your coffee, or anything like that. And in terms of other practices, practicing gratitude is really one of the easiest yet most powerful ways to get into a higher vibrational state. So this could be writing down 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for, speaking them out loud, but I would say the important thing is to also get into the feeling of gratitude. So not just making a list of things, but actually taking some time to feel into the gratitude that you have for that thing or for that person or for that experience, or whatever it might be. Okay, so we have been through all of the chakras, how you can open and balance them. I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, let me know in the comments below, and also if you have any questions. And I would really appreciate if you want to subscribe. That way you also help to spread this information and love to other people. So yeah, I'd really appreciate if you want to subscribe if you feel called to do that. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you next time.